Cowboys and Coffee is back, D. Another week, and the Cowboys are above 500. First time since week one. They're 3-2. Big win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people did not have the Cowboys winning. I think everyone on ESPN and Get Up at least had the Cowboys losing. They come back. They win a big game, 20-17. Tell me about the win, what you like, what you didn't like, where we're going from here.
Listen, W's in the NFL, when you only play 17 games, they're all valuable. They're all a game within itself. You break the game down. You don't look ahead. Don't look backwards. You look right where you game plan for that game. And listen, your star player came through in the clutch. Your other player, that second player behind CD Lamb that you needed to step up, no Cooks. He did his job and they won as a team. And by the way, congrats to Mike McCarthy, got the game ball first time ever. And and what I found out is no secret. They like Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
They like Mike McCarthy. I think it helps. Listen, I don't like, it's not the Giants coach back in the day where Strahan had to come to what you call and said, look, can you
Often, yeah.
yeah, tone it down a little bit. And they worked it out. They won 2 Super Bowls, but he worked it out. But anyway, they like Mike, and he got a game ball, and good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Now let's get momentum. Let's do some momentum. We got the running game look good. A little different when you have them that left tackle Smith out there and Bass out there. They love it. They like pushing people around.
Yeah, I thought that was a big thing. Tyler Guyton goes down and they kick Tyler Smith to left tackle and Tyler Bass comes to left guard. I think that's the way of the future. I think Guyton needs to go to right tackle, Smith at left tackle, Bass at left guard, and they'll kick some Bass. You know what I mean? They can run the ball. Now, Rico Dowdle does not have great vision. He misses the hole a lot. Part of that, I'm sure, is probably playing. He's going to need to run and get out there and see it a little bit more to hit it. And with coaching, he can get there. Part of that is Terrence Steele has been whiffing a lot. Reading his contract, he whiffs a lot. And I don't know that I trust him long term at that spot. I'd rather have Tyler Guyton out there and feel very comfortable about locking it down. Now, the right side, you have Martin and Guyton. So that would be very strong on the right side as well. Cooper Beebe has played well. I think this team they're going through some growing pains in the offensive line. But listen, this is a game in the past where Dak throws multiple interceptions, and you could see Dak kind of getting that like deer in the headlights look and throw a third interception and just like not, do it. So there's something different I saw in Dak this week. And that, yeah, he had a couple interceptions and they were maybe a little off, him and CD in a route or two, but he fought through and he came back in a difficult game on the road and they win on a great last second pass, 20-17. Cowboys win.
Well, we have those games that it drives me nuts when he plays back because those plays were on him. Those interceptions are on him, but also was on him was the game-winning drive.
Yeah. I mean,
That was on him too. That,
ESPN gave Pittsburgh a 75.2% chance.
and
But
and that's
Dallas had the
high.
ball, 3rd and 4 at Pittsburgh
Yeah,
4. They still had a 3-1 chance that Pitt was winning. And
right.
Dallas comes back and wins the game. Offense didn't play tremendous. They started to be able to run the ball though. Dak still threw for 352. And the defense, they played as well as they could. I
Well,
mean,
the game before, Fields threw for 345,
right.
and he didn't. Right, he threw for 345. Those numbers, and again, you can look at if you throw 50 times 345, but he was like I think 24 for 32 or something like that. The numbers were excellent, but they caught him. They caught him in the game that he did nothing, and
His
he's a
Q,
playmaker with his legs.
his
He
QBR was
he doesn't
35.6.
right. He doesn't stink. He doesn't stink. But this is what it's important to have your quarterback play game in and game out every week, play the same.
And this is an example of better quarterbacks win the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Part of it is Arthur Smith is a really, really bad play
It's
caller.
horrible.
I
It's
mean,
horrible. Real bad.
him and Nathaniel Hackett should be thrown into a gulag. And in the Dark Knight, the Joker basically like throws like a weapon to two guys, and they have to fight, and only one guy comes out alive, and that's
You,
the guy who gets to be part of his
you
team. That should happen between Nathaniel Hackett,
you know where they
Smith,
coached? I think they came from the Danbury Vikings.
if that. No wonder
I
they
think they came from the Danbury Vikings.
they're
Remember
awful.
that coaching staff?
Clown shit.
Anyways, sorry. Just
Yeah,
had to throw that out there.
just really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Arthur Smith's really bad, but Mike Tomlin's not helping the situation either. Or their front office, they're just not doing what they need to do to get weapons out there. Justin Fields rushes for 27 yards. Well, they only ran for 92 yards as a team, 3.5 yards per carry. Najee Harris, which everyone expected to have a big game, at 14 carries for 42 yards. That's 3 yards a rush.
Right. And
That's not
14
great.
carries. She's got that in halftime.
Right. George Pickens had 3 catches for 26 yards. They're missing a weapon for the
Georgie
Steelers.
Porgy.
They don't have a number one.
George
He's
Pickens.
a loser.
Here's
Yeah,
the Pickens
a
right
loser.
here. You know what sign language means, right? Loser.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah. Listen, Cowboys step up. No Micah Parsons. No DeMarcus Lawrence. No Deron Bland. You lose your rookie left tackle. I mean, there's injuries all over the place, and these guys step up and played. Brevin Spanford comes up and had an excellent game.
Two
Chauncey
catches for 20. Yeah.
Golston had his best game as a Cowboy.
Yes.
Tyrus Wheat gets half a sack.
Yep.
Carl Lawson gets half a sack.
Yep.
These guys, they've stepped up.
Yep.
It seems to me that they're getting a little more comfortable in the defense. Their defensive, their run game has definitely improved. Linval Joseph is getting some of that. That was a huge pass rush right up the middle.
What?
And that's against
Ooh.
the offensive line. Samuelo, I forget, right? I think that's his name. The guard for the Steelers. He just came back. A lot of Steelers fans really like him. He is very, very good.
Yeah.
And you know, Cowboys.
He reminded me what he did, what you did against Papa Rog. Yes.
So what I like to see is Zimmer is not playing any games. If you don't perform the way he expects you to play, you're not going to play. Damone Clark got 0 snaps. 0 snaps on Sunday. He's going to have to step his game up if he wants to get on the field. Excuse me, he got 1 tackle. 1 tackle. But I think that was special teams. But he was not playing a lot of snaps defensively at all. Cowboys not only get Bland back this week, they're also looking at Kalen Carson coming back. And then you have Carson, Bland, Diggs, Jordan Lewis, and this guy, Amani Oruwariye, he's been tough, little quarterback who's played.
Yep.
You know, he's doing his thing. DeMarvion Overshown is playing good ball. Osa is providing, he's getting push. He gets through. I like what I'm seeing. I know the defense still has to improve, but you know what? They let up 17 points, and they have improved. They're not letting up how many points a game. You know, that early, the loss to the Saints obviously was bad, and it probably showed what their holes were. And the Ravens, they figured out perhaps a little too late.
Too late, yeah.
But the last 2 games let up 16 points a game for 2 games on the road.
And I like looking at yardage. I love statistics. They gave up 226 total yards.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's impressive. From a guy who threw for 345 the week before.
Yeah, they only had 7 passing first downs, the Steelers.
Right.
That's nothing for passing.
Right.
I know. Yeah. That's not a lot. 134 passing yards as a team. You know, 92 rushing, and they won the time of possession by 5 minutes. You know, that's a good win on the road. Like I said, a lot of these guys had the Cowboys.
Excuse me, Reagan. It's okay.
Goodbye. A lot of these guys had the Cowboys losing.
Yes, all of them picked them. All of them picked to lose.
It can't be an unimpressive win if everyone picks them to lose and then they win. They're like, well, it's just 3-1.
What's the guy, Dan Orlovsky?
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky.
Does he really understand? Does he know what he's talking about at all?
Dan Orlovsky just says stuff. Dan Orlovsky and Louis Riddick just say stuff so in the hopes that a team will pick them up for a job. I was just thinking this. Dan Orlovsky in wants to get into coaching, but he's not willing to go ahead and grind and do what he's got to do to get back into coaching. Warren Sapp, there's a lot of these guys. Antonio Pierce, forget, he's a head coach. Well, you're not going to get in unless you put in the time like these guys have done. Lewis Riddick
Exactly right.
too.
Right.
Lewis Riddick, he wants to be in a front office somewhere. Lewis Riddick will put out every year the top players I love, and it's 10 of the top 15 draft picks. Like, great. We're really going out on a limb there saying the number one Caleb Williams is a guy I love, Jaden Daniels. Like, buddy, you're saying the thing that every single
Yeah.
scout is saying as well. Lewis Riddick hasn't been in the game for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. We get it. Okay, buddy. You haven't
Yeah.
been in. You're not getting in because you just try and play cushy with everyone. But I digress. That's all it is. That's all it is these guys just saying things, oh, Dan Orlovsky won't say Aaron Rodgers isn't good because he was a backup. Well, he'll say that about Dak. He'll say it about Dak, no problem. So
Yeah. I don't understand how far we come in the commentary on people that they don't like and be so partial. I just don't get it. Stephen A. Smith, we know that's all
right. Right.
That's an act to Cowboy fans and to Jerry. That's just an act. We get that. It irritates me a little bit, but that's what it's supposed to do. As far as that goes, he's he's Jerry's buddies, like a son. So,
Right.
but let's talk about Detroit. Is that where you want to go next?
On to the Lions. The Cowboys will face them at home, which I think is big for them before the bye. So they've got this game Sunday at 4:30, and then they have a week off before facing the 49ers on Sunday night.
So tell me something. Why do I like Detroit? Why do I like
they're
Detroit?
tough in
Wow.
the trenches. They're tough in the trenches. They have good offensive line, good defensive line.
I think they got 3 all pros up there, don't they? The center and Soul and another person, right?
Now they got Soul.
Agnew, what was this?
Yeah, let me see. Lions O-line.
It's a Viking name.
Glasgow, Ragnow.
Yeah, that's a good name. How about that? What's his name?
Graham. So you got Graham Glasgow. And you also have where's the other guy? You have Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
Graham Glasgow, Frank Ragnow.
But I think that 2 of them are all pros.
Yeah. And Penei Sewell is very good too. Taylor Decker is an excellent left tackle. Kevin Zeitler is a good right guard. There's no weak spots on that line, not up front. Sam Laporta has not played well at tight end. He has 12 catches on the year for 147 yards.
A crazy year with numbers,
0 touchdowns. For a reminder, last year he had 86 catches for 889 yards and 10 touchdowns. So bizarre what has gone on with him. I mean, unbelievable drop off.
The whole number system is disgusting. Numbers.
Yeah. Now they still have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams at wide receiver. They still have Tim Patrick. They got him at wide receiver. Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs as the 1-2 running back, which is a good 1-2 punch. And Jared Goff, who if he stays clean, he is very tough to beat. He can pick you apart. Cowboys will have to do what they got to do. Maybe show the blitz more, maybe do whatever. Or this is going to have to be where Zimmer shines. It makes things difficult, perhaps with some of his cornerbacks back there now to make things difficult.
Here's the matchups you have. Right. The old saying goes, you bend and don't break. They're going to move the football line because the line is too good. The quarterback matches their line. You give him time, he's going to burn you. The only Achilles heel that they have, if that line breaks down, he's sacked.
Right. He cannot.
He's sacked.
Yeah.
Can't move. He's sacked. But the offense for the Cowboys, this is a test for them as well, that they have to control the line of scrimmage. You got one person who is a bad dude, Hutchinson, who is really nasty. You got to watch him because
he's very well could be defensive player of the year. I mean, he already has 6.5 sacks. He had a bye week. Yeah, bye
Six.
week,
Yeah, you got the
six and
half.
a
You
half
got six.
sacks.
Yeah.
So right now it's really between him and Dexter Lawrence at this very moment, if you're asking me. I mean, he's legit. Um, he is a very, very dominant. He's a dominant player at DN. So, we'll see what exactly this team can do. Alim McNeil, we wanted him a couple years ago in the draft. Solid D tackle. Same with DJ Reader. Josh Pascal doesn't give much of a rush. Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell. There's Malcolm Rodriguez is a decent linebacking core. But Ferguson should still have a day. Him and Dak should still do their thing out there. And then the back seven, well, Brian Branch is a good safety, but Kirby Joseph, Terrion Arnold, Carlton Davis, that back seven does not scare me. So if Dak can get the ball out quick into his receiver's hands, CD was always going to do CD's thing. Ken Tolbert step up and do what he's got to do, and then can other Cowboys step up and make some plays?
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something different with this show. I'm going to write down numbers. I'm going to write them down when the show we come out after this game. I won't say what I think now, but I'll put them down. I'll have mommy write it to confirm that I'm doing it now. I'll do it in front of her. You have a witness, okay? But nobody's stopping Lamb. Nobody's stopping Lamb.
Right. This should be his game where he really starts to take.
Yeah. They're going to roll the coverage and do what the Steelers did. I don't think so. I think that D coordinator is going to man him up, and if he does, because he is elite, top pro, and is a legit receiver.
Right. The spread opened at 3.5 for the Lions. It's now 3-point. Lions are 3-point favorites. If you're going to say which quarterback is better, it's Dak Prescott. Does that count at home for something? It hasn't necessarily yet, but Dallas has got to step up and start to. Now, do these last couple games show you something? The last quarter of the Baltimore game and then the last two games against the Giants and Pittsburgh has their defense shown you their true selves? We're going to find out. We're going to find out
because Detroit can run the football and pass,
right?
And that guy Ben Johnson's a fantastic coordinator. But I'm going to do my work on McCarthy on his Green Bay teams. I don't think he puts enough seriousness of a balanced attack on running the football. I think he's 70-30 throwing the football.
Yeah, I think they want to throw the football. The problem is anytime they run the football, it's always on first down. It's like always first down.
Yeah.
Give me some play action out there. Give me something to work with. I mean, help me out here. Help me help you. What's happening? So help me help you get something going, because run on first down, pass,
right.
Third and long doesn't help.
Do you see the Cowboys losing 3 in a row at stadium?
That's the thing. AT&T. The Cowboys were a terror at home last year.
Yeah, the playoffs.
And right. Well, the thing is, McCarthy responds well to adversity. His teams respond well to adversity. I'm not saying he's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I think when there's difficulties, they play well. When their back's up against the wall, they play well. So let's see what they do here. Let's see if they can step up and win a game that they probably have to win. Have to win. So, I don't necessarily think they have to win. If they don't, they're doomed.
4-2 going to the bye and coming to play San Francisco a bye. It's a big, big plus, because if you lose, you're still a game ahead. If you lose, you're gonna be you could be 3-4, and you don't want that 7 games.
Right. You still have some teams like Carolina still on the schedule, so they're going to beat those guys. But Cincinnati, you don't want to be giving up games in the division, because you still got to fight for the division. Do I want to wait for, you know, do I want to wait for a wild card? Do I win the division outright? I'm not talking about the Cowboys winning the whole NFC. I don't know if that's really in the cards. They do have a difficult schedule to face, but you know what? They got to win something. And if they're going to get in the playoffs, I'm not. Oh, are you scared of this team? You scared of that team? If you want to win a Super Bowl, you got to beat good teams. If you want
It
to win a
doesn't right.
championship, you got to beat good
Yeah,
teams. I'm sorry.
unless
No,
you're the Boston
I was
Celtics.
just about to say, unless you're the Boston Celtics, you got to
Locked
do
out.
something.
Locked out.
Oh,
They play teams from Dale basketball.
if that,
Anyway,
if that. So yeah, something has to be done. They got to beat someone to be someone, and we're gonna see what they can do this week against a formidable Lions team. Really, a formidable Lions team. You know, the Lions are coming in. There's a reason why they are they are playing well. This team is 3-1. They lost to Tampa Bay 20-16. You know, they beat up on Seattle a couple weeks or the other Thursday night. So it's like a mini bye. But, you know, they haven't been playing great football over the first three games. They averaged like 21, 22 points a
right.
game. The
Yeah.
defense has played well. So it's a big game for them too. If they fall to 3-2, well, the Vikings are 5-0. So
Right.
they got to keep within striking distance. And if they win this game and they face Minnesota the following week, they could be tied. They could have the tiebreaker for first place, be back in control of the division. And then the very last game of the year for them is Minnesota. So they can have it in their hands. If they lose this week and go 4-2, they're 2 games behind Minnesota and are threatening going 3 games behind if Minnesota continues to win this coming week and beats them. So that would be a big hole. If they're as good as I think they are, they need wins too. So it's not like Dallas going as a team which might come in and have no
Mhm.
big deal, have
Right.
nothing there. They got to do something. They got to do something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm intrigued. What's your prediction? You're gonna say what's your prediction? Cowboys, Lions this week.
Listen, do I see the Cowboys losing three in a row at home? I don't. I don't see three in a row at home is losing in front of your fans after a big road win. No, you can't have that. I think Dak realizes you can't, and they started slow offensively last year.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, 35-30, or it's going to be 14-13. It's going to be one or the other. Defenses are going to have it their way, or the offense is going to have their way.
Yeah.
But Detroit they well balanced on their defensive rankings are not good. Their defense is not good.
Yeah. Let's see.
They're 22nd. Go ahead, look it up. They're 22nd, I think.
NFL defensive rankings
Yeah.
2024. This
And
is
Dallas is not rated high either.
no, but the Lions are 22nd right now.
Yeah, with health.
Yeah.
Everybody healthy.
Dallas is 14th, 15th without everybody healthy.
Are they're at that high? I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Yep.
I'm shocked. Yeah,
Yeah.
shocked at that high.
The
I didn't
Lions are
think
letting up
that high.
349 a game. That's like 20 yards per game more than the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And their passing defense is 27th.
Right.
So
Right. Their back seven's not good. That's what I'm saying about Lamb. Lamb, they're going to roll coverage. He'll still eat them up.
this is a game that they
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
get the ball to Lamb's hands and do what he's got to do.
Yeah.
So
Again, what they learned from the running game, and if they play Guyton or they play Smith, it makes a big difference. Sally, hold on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting thoughts this week coming up for them. Okay. I guess I should say what I think about Cowboys Lions. I like your point about Cowboys losing 3 at home in a row. I don't know that I see that. A 3-point game to the Lions. Cowboys are at home and have the better quarterback. So I'm going to say Cowboys 20. Say Cowboys 31, Lions 30. Cowboys winning a Brandon Aubrey field goal. And
What, from 75 yards out?
yeah, might as well. At this point, you could very well see that. So Yeah, I could see them winning by one because if it's 3 points, and what does a better quarterback get you at home? He probably gets you about
Hmm.
four
Hmm.
4 points at home, the better quarterback. So, and I know they probably factor all that stuff in. That's just where I'm at. I'll go Cowboys 31-30 over the Lions, but I'm not counting the Lions out. I don't think the Lions, I still think the Lions make the playoffs and still probably win the division, in my opinion. But we'll see. But if we're gonna say it, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta put something on here, baby.
Right,
We gotta
right.
put something on here. So that is that. Okay. Any Cowboys stuff related? Any Dallas Cowboys stuff you want to talk about going forward as we continue?
Well, I wonder how hungry Parsons is going to be coming back. Listen, he had the guy from Cleveland, the big defensive end. He's a good player. TJ's great. Those guys are great players. But Micah Parsons, a guy, can dominate every single game. And for one person, he has that LT ability. It is there.
Yeah,
But I don't know how hungry to be that, to win. You want to be great to win. Michael Irving, those guys, it's hard to compare to Michael Irving, but those guys wanted to be great to win, not be great for them. There's a big difference there.
right.
Big difference. Emmitt Smith wanted to be great to win those Super Bowls. Troy Aikman in the huddle want to be great. Simple. In that huddle, nobody talked.
Yeah,
They want to be great. Do what's the famous line, Mike Irving? Do your damn job
do your damn job.
to win.
Yeah,
So that
absolutely.
it and Parsons could destroy the Redskins, that the team, the Redskins, Eagles, and the Giants. He could beat those teams by himself. That's how I really think he's that great. I think he's that great. But he's got this, maybe he's sitting here kind of, he does some deep thinking to himself and say, I'm here to win Super Bowls for the Cowboys. We got to win Super Bowls because to put his name up on there and win Super Bowls. Because I'm telling you, he's one of the great ones. He's outside coming up. It could be one of the great ones, the Randy Whites, the Lilies, up there. I think he's
Right.
that great. I think he's that great.
Yeah. What do these weeks off do anything? And can the Cowboys win with injuries and kind of prep themselves for a late season run with Cooks coming back, Bland coming back, Carson coming back, Parsons coming back, Lawrence coming back? Can they set themselves up? You prepare for when you're down but not out. Can they be down but not out and make sure that they are capable of winning in the playoffs? You win games like this when your best players are not there and you go into Pittsburgh, then yes, you can. But
Well, let me just
you
say this.
gotta beat good teams.
I want to say this. You get into the playoffs, they got to look at each other and say, listen, we've been embarrassed the last 2, 3 years. We've been embarrassed for 30 years. It has to stop. So
Yes.
it starts with blocking and tackling. Whatever the game plan is, you're gonna have to game plan to stop me. And that's what I think those guys have to turn around and look at each other. It's like we're gonna win. We got to win no matter what the game plan is. You can't block me, and I'm gonna block you. That's the reality of it all. It's on the players. I
Yeah.
know Jerry's another thing, and we're not happy with a lot of things going on. Henry should have been a cowboy. Should have
Yeah.
been a cowboy. If he's living there, working out there, and he ain't on the Cowboys, that's on Jerry 100%. One of his fault. He should have got him. That's
Yeah.
it.
I don't think
But
there's
but
anything.
we got to move on. We got to move on with the running
All
backs.
right. I know they keep saying, oh, they could have signed that guy, could have got this guy. They didn't. I get it to say it once,
Right.
but
But when you
hey,
live there, when the guy lives there, come on.
yeah, of course. Listen, we wanted a running back. We wanted Saquon, but Derrick Henry would have been a perfect fit there. But we can't continue to live there. My gosh, yes, he's gone, people. He's gone. He's not a Cowboy.
That's right.
Maybe next year, buddy. Maybe next year, Jerry will
Yeah.
right the wrong and do
Yeah.
what he's got to do. But it's not going to happen this year. and they're not getting Devontae Adams. They're not paying that much money for a 32-year-old wide receiver who's still very talented. They're looking to roll the cap money over to use next year to re-sign. Parsons got to be re-signed. Osa's got to be re-signed. These guys got to get their deals coming in, and it is what it is. That's just the way it goes. So, yeah, I think that's a great place to be for the Cowboys and see whatever's next. So they got to get they need to be competitive this week. They can't be lost. It can't be a Saints game. And it needs to be better than the Ravens game because they were not really competitive that first half in the Ravens game and made a late run. But they got to show something. They got to be locked in this game. I don't want Detroit up 14-0 before something else happens. That's not acceptable either. So we will see.
And again, it depends on that offensive line. Who's that left tackle? Who's the left guard?
Yeah.
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 So the success they had, are they going to let Guyton sit or not? That's the question. So I think he's week to week. I don't even know
Right.
what was his? Is it knee? What is
His
it?
knee. He's knee, but he's okay.
And the defensive end Nealon, he's out for a while, but it's only a scrape, right? Or
He's okay too. He could very well be playing sooner rather than later.
yeah.
Yeah. So we will. I'm ready for the Cowboys to get back to. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the game because I'm gonna be. I don't want to be frustrated. I'll pop in and out. I turned the game off for a little bit last week, but
Yeah.
can the offense start to turn around? Can they start to show us what they've got? We will see. In a similar fashion that they showed us last year, it'll depend on Dowdle if he can start to break out and do his
Right.
thing. Ferguson's going to get his. CD will get his. Can Tolbert continue to show us that he's got his? Dak is on pace for a 5,000-yard passing season. If that's what they're going to do, then got to protect him. Got to protect him. That's it. All right, we have a couple minutes left here. D, anything else you want to talk about, either Cowboys related or personal or anything else you got going on?
Well, Aaron Judge is not doing well in the playoffs, the second round.
God is good.
I'm very happy about that. So he's batting like 140.
Yes.
So
yes,
because if they lose, I'm gonna be torturing some. The Yankee fans are going to torch him to no end, and it's going to affect the rest of his career. That's why, and he's a likable guy. How you not like him? What a physical specimen to play center field, 6'8", 270. Unbelievable. But guess what? You're in New York, Jack. You're in New York.
At the time of this recording,
yeah,
he's batting 125.
Okay, 125.
Also, as we're watching this, just got an update in the bottom of the sixth. The Mets were down 1-0. Lindor hits a grand slam to pull him ahead for.
No.
Yeah. So conversely, as Judge is sucking, Lindor has been an absolute tear this part of the year and has absolutely played lights out. And they are up for. Remember, they close out the series tonight. If they win, they go on to the NLCS
and have Philly lose, right? Philly lose.
Yeah, beat Philly.
Oh, I love that. Anything Philly. Monopoly game, checkers, Philly lose. I don't care what it is. Hopscotch. Remember hopscotch? Losing that Philly too. Yeah.
Stanton is batting 111, by the way, at the time of this.
That's good. That's a good number. Yep.
And Volpe is batting 143. So
143, huh? That's my blood pressure.
Yeah.
It's my blood pressure.
So, yeah,
Bubbles, I'm feeling better.
Good.
Man, it was such a long time. I'm doing those drops and all this stuff, but the drops are helping me. I've been like this for 2 months, probably 2 months easy. Oh, horrible. Ugh.
Yeah, I've been out of it for a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get more Cowboys and Coffee content coming up. Did you have your coffee today?
Yeah, I had a cup of coffee today.
What'd you drink?
Black.
From
Starbucks.
where? Starbucks?
Yeah.
I had Paulie's this morning. Paulie's is a little place not far from here. And they have I don't usually like flavored coffees, not really my thing. They had a blueberry cobbler one that was absolutely incredible.
Really?
They also had a chocolate churro one that they don't have out anymore. They switched it out for seasonal. It's like, dang, this is good. I do not.
Is that New Canaan? Is the New Canaan?
No, it's here in Norwalk. It's just 5 minutes from the church.
Oh, okay.
We're literally right down the road. I'm shocked. I'm like, I don't usually like this stuff, but I smelled someone pouring one time. I was like, I'll try it. Like, fine, why not? I was pleasantly surprised,
Yeah.
and then, it's a few bucks, whatever.
But we're
They
gonna
take
have to.
care of me. They always throw me a few free bagels on my way there because I take care of people there. So they're good.
Mhm.
They're good. I don't mind them. That's our coffee talk for tonight, too, by the way. When you're hearing this, make sure you grab a coffee, grab yourself something to drink because I'm hurting right now. I'm tired. I'm probably releasing this on Thursday, and my son Zion is 1 year old.
Wow.
On 10/10, he's 1 year old.
10-10.
And for those of you who are listening, who listen or watch with us, in March, my wife and I found out we're having another boy number 3 on the way. 3 for 3, baby. That goes out to my brother Spencer.
Spencer.
Spencer, who we're going to have on with us soon here, but we're 3 for 3. Another boy is coming. Zeus Zion and boy number 3. We haven't picked out a name yet. We're not sure. I keep pushing for Thor, but my wife seems to be against that for some reason. We've talked about Zebulon. We've talked about Zeal. We've talked about Atlas. We've talked about
I love Xavier Palmos. Xavier Cortez is a strong safety. 6'2", 215, strong. Xavier Cortez,
just call him X.
University of Miami.
I like Xavier too. We've been talking about that as a middle name.
Xavier Miami, University of Miami. Xavier Cortez, University of Miami, strong safety. The 10th pick in the first round. Yeah.
I'm down.
We wouldn't mind if he played for Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Jacksonville. They got a team, Jacksonville. Or the what's the name of that team in Washington? Conquistadors? What is it called? The
Commodores. They got to change
it's
it.
a singing group. No, they're not named after a singing group, are they?
No. They got to change the name. I think they're going.
Pathetic. Come on, Washington Redskins is an awesome name. That's an awesome name. Bring back that R. You ever see the helmet with the R?
Yeah.
Oh man, and they have the arrow, the other one too. Oh.
Let me just say one thing. We have less than a minute. We go. Eagles play the Browns this week. If they lose to the Browns, they're going to fire Sirianni. So close.
Let me tell you something. Cleveland can come up with one good game.
That's it.
They all need. That's only when they need one good game.
We got to go. Listen, Cowboys and Coffee Podcast, Designated Report, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, whatever. Find us there. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Pray for Florida and the South.
Yes, pray for Florida.
God bless you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.
All right, son.